So if you are trying to start a business in the Netherlands, one of the questions on your mind is, should I go for a sole proprietorship, which is Eenmanszaak, popularly known as zzp're in the Netherlands, or should I go for the BV? In this video, I will be taking you through the difference between a BV and the sole proprietorship, and the things you need to consider in making your decision. If you are just stopping by, my name is Goodness. I am a bookkeeper here in the Netherlands, and I help small business owners with their accounting so they can run their business with clarity and confidence, knowing that the accounting and tax side is under control. Just a little disclaimer here, the information that I share on my channel is for general knowledge and information. You are advised to seek professional tax advice for your own unique situation. So let's get right into the video. What is the difference between opening a limited liability company, BV, and owning a sole proprietorship, Eenmanszaak? I will start by explaining what the sole proprietorship form of business is all about. In this video, you will hear me using Eenmanszaak, zzp're, sole proprietorship. All these three terms are referring to the same thing. It is simply a business that is owned by an individual. The individual that owns the business is not separate from the business. It means that the responsibilities and the risk of running the business rests on the business owner. As a sole proprietorship, you are a one-man business. Now, this does not mean that you cannot hire employees. You can still hire employees, a sole proprietorship. However, your business structure is such that you are a one-man show. You make all the decisions in the business, and there is no separation between you and the business. You are privately liable for any risk and liabilities of the business. The same way you are 100% a beneficiary of the profits and benefits of running the business. To register as a sole proprietorship in the Netherlands is super easy. You do not need to visit a lawyer. You do not need to draw up any agreement. You simply decide your business name, book appointment with the Chamber of Commerce, go register your business, and you are good to go from day one. As a sole proprietorship, you are not required to pay yourself salary by law, and that means that you do not handle payroll taxes unless if you hire an employee in your business. If you do not hire an employee in your business, then you are not required to manage payroll taxes. The business profit is pretty much your money. However, that business profit, you have to pay taxes on that profit. So the total profit you make from the business is regarded as your money, and you pay taxes on the total profit. By profit, I mean when you take your sales and you deduct your expenses, you are left with a profit. That profit is what is taxed in the income tax returns. Talking about income tax returns, you do have some tax benefits as a self-employed person. You have the starter's allowance, which you are able to enjoy within the first 5 years of starting your business. You also have the small business scheme profit exemption allowance. So this means that not 100% of your profit is taxed. You are given certain allowances before the rest is taxed under the tax law. Now that takes us to the second legal form of business in the Netherlands, the limited liability company, BV. To register a BV in the Netherlands, you need to employ the services of a public notary. At the public notary, the deed of incorporation and articles of association will be drawn up. These documents will include who the board of directors are and the shareholder. And then you can register your BV at the Chamber of Commerce. There is no minimum capital requirement to register a BV. Of course, it is always advisable to have some capital in your business. When you own a BV, it is mandatory for you to have an organizational structure, which includes the board of directors as well as the shareholder. Your relationship with the BV is slightly different compared to a sole proprietorship. When you open a BV, you are a separate individual from the BV. The BV is a legal entity in its own right. It means that the BV can sue and be sued. You as the owner, you are separate from the BV. Of course, you can be held liable if you are found to be fraudulent or mismanage the resources of the business. But owning a BV separates you from the entity, which is the business. And that means that you do not have unlimited access to the resources of the BV. The director and major shareholder of the business, you have to earn a reasonable salary from the business. The tax authority stipulates the conditions for the salary level. As of this year, 2024, the minimum you are likely to pay yourself as a salary is $56,000. That means the limited liability company on a monthly basis have to run payroll to pay you a reasonable salary. And then from that salary, income tax is deducted, social security contribution is also deducted. As the business owner, you may not take money in and out of the BV. The BV would have to draw up a current account agreement with you as the director. You can bring in money or take money from the business under the current account agreement to a maximum of 17,500 euros in a year. Any amount above that have to be treated as a loan, and for that a proper loan agreement has to be drawn up and business interest rate is applicable. How about taxes for a BV? As a BV, you will pay taxes on the profit, and this means the profit is going to be after paying the director his salary and all other expenses for running the BV, then the profit will be taxed. A BV, you are required to draw up annual accounts and submit it to the Chamber of Commerce on a yearly basis. So what are the major differences between a sole proprietorship and a BV? Sole proprietorship, you are the sole owner. There is no separation between you and the business. And with a BV, you can also be the sole owner or have other shareholders. However, there is a distinct separation between the BV and you yourself as a business owner. With sole proprietorship, you are not required to pay yourself monthly salary and remit payroll and social security contribution on a monthly basis. As a major shareholder and director of the business, you are required to pay yourself a reasonable salary, usually determined by the tax authority, and monthly payroll have to be done where your income tax, pension, and social security contribution is deducted on a monthly basis. With a sole proprietorship, your profit is taxed and every other thing is yours as the business owner. With the BV, on the other hand, you are paid a salary as the business owner. Then the company tax is taxed under the company income tax rate. In addition to that, any dividend you distribute is also taxed in the business. Thirdly, the profit you earn from that business as a major shareholder is also taxed under box 2 of the income tax returns. For the sole proprietorship, you have access to the resources of the business and you can bring money in and take money out of the business without explaining anything to anybody. You just need to be financially responsible and make sure that you plan your cash flow properly. On the other hand, for a BV, there is a separation between the business and the business owner. The business owner have limited access to the resources of the business. The money have to stay in the business. You can distribute the profit of the business as dividends, but you must follow the laid down rules in doing so. If you want to use money that belongs to the business for private purpose, you may only do so to a maximum of 17,500, and a current account agreement must be drawn up for that purpose. Any amount more than that has to be treated as an official loan between you and the business, and an official agreement has to be drawn up with transparency and applicable business interest rate. So which of these legal form makes sense for you? The general recommendation is that you start off as a sole proprietorship, Eenmanszaak, zzp're, until such a time your business is stable, consistently making profit, and has growth potential and profitability around the region of 100,000 and above. If your business is not making up to 100,000 on a yearly basis as profit, then the sole proprietorship is a more preferred option for you, because you get to enjoy the tax benefits and allowances that the government allocates to small business owners and self-employed. Switching from a sole proprietorship to a BV is preferred when you have consistency in your profit level. The word consistency is important here, because I come across people who switch to a BV too soon because they heard that the profit of the BV is taxed at 20%. They jump at it and they switch, only to realize that there are more legal requirements to owning a BV beyond 20% tax rate. If your business is consistently making 100,000 and above in profit, and you expect to grow that profitability into the future, you also want to start building capital in the business and start positioning that business to have its own independent identity, which you can sell in the future, then a BV becomes a good option for you. But don't be in a hurry to jump into the BV legal form if your business is not yet making a lot of profit and you're still trying to figure things out. The stress and the legal requirements will not be worth it at the end of the day. One thing you need to understand is hiring a bookkeeper or an accountant will be higher under a BV structure than a sole proprietorship structure. Hopefully this video explains it for you if you are at that point where you are contemplating whether to switch to a BV if you already have a sole proprietorship, or you're just about starting your business in the Netherlands and you are not sure which of these forms works for you. Hopefully this video enlightens you a bit more in making your decision. You can also find resources online. I'll put one on the screen where you can run some sample calculations to have a better understanding of the tax implication and financial implication of owning a BV versus owning a sole proprietorship. So make your decision wisely, and if you have any question, leave them in the comment section, and don't forget to like this video so that the algorithm can recommend it to other people who also need this information. And I will see you again in the next video. Take care.